Everyone, it's Miriam and welcome to Over the Sidetooth Rainbow. I'm really tired, but I told myself that I was going to do a video today after I finished some work. So I wanted to talk a little bit about why I'm sharing this. There's a fly in here that I've been trying to kill. Anyway, so I started thinking about this process probably when my braces journey started. Before that, once again, I was really embarrassed about all of the things that I feel like either I let slide or I just didn't have a full working knowledge of the severity of the issues because I didn't have enough care to handle those issues. So I want to talk a little bit about what it's like to not really know how or what your journey is supposed to be like. It's not really, well, yeah, what your journey is supposed to be like. So I want to start with I didn't know good or great or pristine oral hygiene from my parents because both of them, as amazing as both of them are, this is also a weak point for them. I think my mother more so may have had some issues during pregnancies, but her too, being an entrepreneur and being one who would go without, did not get timely, routine dental care. And I think that definitely contributed to a general downturn in her overall oral hygiene. And so that was another person. And then my father also didn't take very good care either. I want to say another thing about sometimes growing up in an area where self-soothing as it relates to food and sweets are a priority is that if you don't have a good oral health routine that really is solid and regimented and meets the needs of your sweets and acids intake, you can already see there's room for trouble. So when you don't have a good routine at all, let alone getting a great handle on it and also being a sweets eater, if you don't have a good routine and you eat a lot of sweets, we are a baking family. We were also very much a candy family. I was a candy girl. That was something that was given to me to self-soothe or soothe my, I guess, woes or issues. It was something me and my dad would always go to the candy store or to the corner store when I would see him. And so a part of our connecting would be walking to the store. I would walk there with my best friend, and he would let me get a sucker or whatever candy. We had the penny candy store that closed, I think, right sometime in early elementary school. And so we'd walk there and get candy. So it wasn't a great recipe for optimal oral health. Not saying that to blame anyone, not saying that I would change a lot of things about that, but when they knew better, they did better. It just happened to be very late, and because oral health is kind of like a one and done sport as far as your adult teeth are concerned, when you do handle it, though dental hygiene and dental medicine is evolving, it's kind of you're kind of working backwards trying to get a healthy mouth while at the end of the day working towards fake prosthetic prosthodontics or anything like that. So Once your adult ones are gone, they're gone. And then you are working to maintain a generally healthy oral biome, microbiome, and then after that, you're looking for teeth that are not yours because you don't get any more. So even with them handling that in their later years, because bad dental health also affects your heart, which is something I learned from my father as well. And knowing he had a quadruple bypass surgery, and then also knowing that getting just a healthy mouth, let alone the teeth in his mouth, would help with any heart issues he would have in his 70s and late 60s. This is when these things were getting handled. And I don't want to be in my 60s and 70s handling this, because it is a big inhibitor to both your confidence. My dad is a singer. My mom is kind of also a singer and an artist, in addition to the other many entrepreneurial skills and construction skills that they both have. I know it has inhibited the way in which they could show up for their businesses or show up in business. And I don't want that to be my story. So, where did I start? Yeah. So I'm starting this to, one, keep myself accountable to you all and whoever else, that this is a constant battle of making sure you are taking care of you. And people say that in so many ethereal senses, but when your emotions and when you're soothing and when the way you handle day-to-day life is affected by your feelings, the things that affect your routines are also your feelings. And the things that affect what goes in your mouth, it goes in your eyes, they talk about your ear gates, your eye gates, the things that go in, the trash that goes in, and how you clean up after that intake is really emotion based. Everybody can't just do things because that's what you're supposed to do, or because of the idea that I care for myself the most. If that is true, that also means that to care for myself the most means that I cannot hang around certain people, or to care for myself the most means that I cannot take on more emotional load than necessary because I cannot complete the routines that do care for myself. In that process of making sure that you are not overloading yourself with other things, so that when it comes time for your routines, and you're not a person who always can do your routines to their highest good, even regardless of your emotional state, if it is something that you have to kind of gather yourself to do, then that means you really have to prioritize where you are losing energy, where you are losing life force, so that when you want to say, oh, I don't have to, people say that bad stuff about, 3 days and not taking showers or being depressed. Like, it is depressed, but it is essentially pushing down all of your needs based on the stuff that's pushing down on it. So it's not just like, oh, I can't get out of bed, but it's, oh, I've done so much everywhere else. I have exasperated all of the life force that I have for everything else outside of me. And now the things that I need life force for to value and give myself strength, I cannot do it. I am literally depressed. And so that's my why. It's to bring awareness to the people who are have emotionally charged routines. The people who don't just use their logic to clean their room, or to do their 10 step skincare. The ones who have to feel it. And for those who have to feel it, I think the answer is that if you have to feel it and you can't feel it at the end of the day or the beginning of the day, or the 2 or 3 times a day that you know that your body needs, whether it's a shower, whether it's brushing your teeth, whether it's flossing in between during the day, whether it's an extra coat of deodorant, whatever your body needs, which requires you to listen, which requires you to feel, which requires you to understand, to smell, to be in tune with yourself. If you cannot do that because you are exasperated everywhere else, you are not in putting yourself first. No matter how expensive the clothes you have on, no matter what degree you have, you are not putting yourself first. And that your physical body is the thing that supports the rest of the stuff. All of it sits on that. So if you are not exercising, if you're not finding something that exerts that energy that the world and people and relationships and jobs put on you, then you will find yourself depressed in your ability to use the rest of your emotions, if you have any left, to run your routines. The very routines that keep you healthy. This is scary. But I think I am determined more than ever to share the parts of me that need support. And I'm hoping it'll help someone in the future. So that's that for today. I am going to try to do some more work. And hopefully I can talk to my general dentist soon, and also do some close-ups and talk a little bit more about where I am on my braces process, and I don't know, some more backstory. So see you guys later.